Welcome to the Divas That Care Network, everyone. I'm your host, Amy McKenzie. Today's show, The Wow of Women, features the remarkable journeys of women whose powerful and extraordinary choices positively impact people's lives. Today's guest, I'm so excited to introduce Laura Lee Harrison. She's up in Langley, British Columbia in Canada. And Laura Lee is, she's just got so many different gifts and talents. I just want to tell you a little bit about her before I bring her on. She is a confidence and beauty strategist. We all would like one of those. Laura Lee Harrison is truly a professional woman. She helps women deliver their message on stage or on camera effortlessly. An award-winning makeup artist, she has worked with celebrities and been key makeup effects artist for short films, winning several Best Short Film Awards around the world, and was nominated for a Leo Award. Laura Lee is an international best-selling co-author as well. And she also teaches social media techniques as well as makeup at New Image College up there in British Columbia. She's got a social media agency of her own called Media Exclusive and currently lives in Langley with her wonderful 4-year-old as they get ready for school life once we get through this chapter in our history. Wow, Laura Lee, you are up to so much, and it's all wonderful. It's just a thrill to have you on the show. We're always looking to be inspired, and you certainly are up to a lot. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here, and thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Well, you know, you've given me a lot of material, and and that's wonderful. We're really looking to inspire people to get out there and take it on, whatever it is. Even if it doesn't, end up being the thing you do all the time. I think you're a great example of someone who has really reached into a lot of different interests in your life. And over time, they're all coming together, it seems, that you have this many kind of kettles broiling and they're all working for you. It's a wonderful thing. So, how do you do that? How do you keep all of the balls in the air and keep them all spinning?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, Amy. So it's taken me a couple of years to understand that it's okay to have different things and be interested in different avenues and to grow myself and my passions. I kind of thought that I had to have just one thing to be successful or just one passion, and I really struggled for a long time with wanting to expand or understanding that I could expand or understanding that I can even have all of it. And so it has been a journey to get to this place where I can help women with all of my skills and to kind of bring them together. The social media is a little bit separated, but now that I teach it at a makeup school, esthetician, they do acting, aesthetics, makeup artistry. They do all of that there, and now I'm teaching it at the school casually as well. So, I'm able to kind of bring it all together and use it to help other people, and that's what really keeps me going, is that I'm able to help other people in different ways, and my knowledge is able to I'm able to give it to people and share so that they can learn and so that they can grow.
That's wonderful. And I think that, it's a testament to when you do follow what interests you, it somehow does seem to all circle back. Sometimes it seems almost magical, the way the different avenues we've gone down that are seemingly so different, like with the social media as opposed to makeup. And now suddenly here you are in a school teaching both. That you had the courage to follow more than one path, because I think a lot of us have dealt with that. Oh, geez, I got to get one thing and stick to that. And it takes some courage to step out of the norm, and you did that. So I just want to acknowledge you for being brave and, having that ethic, the work ethic, to follow through with these things, that you would come to such a place in your life. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I've definitely had a lot of people in my path that have helped me, guided me there, and I'm part of a few communities that definitely help shape that as well. So definitely can't do it alone.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that's really great to say also for any of our listeners out there. If you are doing this alone, please reach out to us. That's what the Divas That Care Network is all about. It's really, reaching down and giving a hand up. And together we can do so much more. So I also really appreciate that you acknowledge the help you've had from your communities. That's wonderful. So let's dig in now a little bit to, really what you're committed to. So obviously, we have an idea of what you're passionate about, but, what is it that you're really committed to in helping women?
Well, my past, I've grown up with some abuse and being in situations where I didn't feel worthy and I didn't feel strong enough to step out and grow myself. And I think ultimately, and you lose confidence in those situations, you lose your path, you lose your way often. And I think what I'm really passionate about is helping women, whether they've gone through abusive situations in their life or they've just lost themselves in relationships or being a mom or anything along those lines. It's very easy for us to get lost in society these days, and with social media and everything. And so that, I think, is my core passion. And then I use my skills in different ways to help people get to their confidence back or to be able to step up and feel good about themselves and to grow and create a life that they actually want to live, not a life that they think they have to live. So I think that's what I'm really passionate about.
I love that. Yeah, that you want to, not have to. That's really great. And I'm actually going to quote you to yourself. I really love this, that you said, I'm committed to helping women around the world find their true beauty. You wrote that to me. And I love that because it's not judgmental about, you're not defining what beauty is. And we're all raised on these cover magazines and taught that that's, if that's the measuring stick and we don't match up to it, then too bad for you. You're not beautiful. And I don't, with the way you present what you do, I love it. It's like you're, digging for gold. You're going to find whatever the gem is in that person and help them bring it out. Am I kind of on the right track here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And also, I kind of just brought up, like, society tells us what we're supposed to be. And I think that's growing with social media as well. And so using my voice to and the different avenues that I do, I actually will be a tint influencer. It's a new platform coming out, and I'm really excited to share my beauty aspect, my skills in that aspect, so that I can show women how to accentuate their features, and whether that's with makeup or just general skincare or general health, because the glow really does come from the inside. The beauty is an inside job. It's a mindset. It's not anything else. And I'm really excited to be able to share that on a wider scale on all of the platforms that are out there and get that out there, because it's so important. And I want to help people at younger ages, so that they aren't being brought up in this superficial world. I mean, the world's always been a bit superficial, but it's at our fingertips and at a young age. Like, my 4-year-old knows how to use electronics better than I do. So, that's scary.
Yeah. And so finding that positive vein is really, really important. And I love that you're utilizing whatever tools that are available to you to do that. But you're bringing not just, the traditional, here, look, here's how you look pretty, but you're actually helping people focus from the inside out. And I don't know if I've ever heard of a makeup artist really focusing on that. That's pretty unusual.
Yeah, and right now the trends are absolutely insane, and I see people online showing women how to do these crazy makeups, and I can't even do them. And I'm a professional that went to school and spent a lot of money to learn, and I can't do what these people are doing. And that's just actually bringing confidence down even more, because people are trying to recreate these looks, and they're going to look really horrible when they show up to work looking this way, because it's not practical. It's not for everyday looks. And so I really want to stand out in that way. I don't want to blend in and do what everybody else is doing. I want to show people the truth and and help them find their truth, whatever that might be.
I love that. Right, whatever that may be. I love that. And bringing it down to reality for people, because if we don't know what we don't know. And, we're looking to follow advice, and that's the advice we get. We don't even realize maybe that we're not very good at that, because if a professional can't do it, why would I presume I could? But if I'm being shown to do it, I might have the false impression that I can do it. And, yeah, definitely would make an impact. I mean, unfortunately, well, whether it's good or bad, we won't label it, but the reality is people do judge us by what they see. And in some cases, that is appropriate in a sense. You do want to work with people who take care of themselves and have self-respect, self-love. Certainly those are important things. And we also know how wrong it can be. Right? We really completely get the wrong impression of someone. So you're really looking at both. You're looking at addressing, here's a real viable way that you as an average person, not a makeup professional, can, bring out the best externally, and it will make the difference if you actually address what makes you glow internally. And that's a powerhouse. That's a power hit right there.
Yes.
Yep. So now, talk to me a little bit. I know that there's some excitement happening. You have a charity in the works. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And I know you're launching a podcast with a special co-host. Can you give us a little sneak preview of what's coming?
Yeah, I am incredibly excited to be an official ambassador for Gems for Gems. They are a charity that empowers women to empower themselves. It is a charity to help end the cycle of abuse. And so it's obviously very near and dear to my heart because of my past and what I've gone through. And I am working diligently to stop the cycle in my life so that I'm stopping it for my son. And so to be part of this charity when I was pregnant, that's when everything kind of started really coming to a head for me. And I reached out to local resources in Edmonton, Alberta, and attended as many things that I could to help myself through that time. And I didn't know about Gems for Gems at that time. Otherwise, I probably would have reached out to them. However, now that this is something that I know about and something that I can give back to help other women, like Gems for Gems has a scholarship program for women, and I just think that is so incredible. So to be part of that just really makes me proud, and to be able to help women see that there's more, and to be a support. A lot of people may not leave, and that's okay too. You've got to follow the path that you need to get to where you need to go. And it's not always so easy. So just to be able to help and provide that inspiration to show women that there is better out there, that you can go through something like this and come out better for you and your children, and stop the cycle. So I'm really excited to be part of Gems for Gems. And yes, I have a podcast as well. Part of my...
Before you go into the podcast, hang on. This is really big for some of our listeners out there who've never heard of Gems for Gems, perhaps. So 2 questions for you. What does it mean to be an ambassador? What accountability does that put on your plate? And if a woman really wants to pursue a scholarship, how difficult is that? And maybe just a cursory little tagline of what steps might be involved.
Yeah, so as far as the scholarship goes, they have to have a reference and be part of the program. They have to show that they are ready to take that step and commit to the program that is being offered. And so definitely they can, if they are in shelters or if someone knows someone that's in a shelter or anything like that and they need that help, please direct them to Gems for Gems. As an ambassador, I get to do jewelry drives. So the founder of Gems for Gems, when she was young, her and her siblings decided to pool all their money together for their mom one Christmas and buy her a bracelet. And they didn't get the reaction that they kind of thought they were going to get. She just kind of, from my understanding, walked away. But when she walked away, she went and dolled herself up, put on her makeup, put on her best clothes, and put on her bracelet. And it made her feel a certain way. And so that's where Gems for Gems was born out of. And that also, I won't get into it here, but that also really touched my heart for personal reasons as well. And so they do jewelry drives. So for me, hosting events or being part of events, I can go in and help. I'm still in learning. I literally just kind of finished the sign-up process. So I am still learning, but they do put on events that include defense classes and accountants so that women can, really get back on their feet and be prepared. And so they do jewelry drives every year for Christmas. They shine up the jewelry and deliver it to women for Christmas so they have something nice to open for Christmas to feel good about themselves.
Wow, that's wonderful. I love that. And I love where it stems from, how it came to you, what it means to you in your life, and that you're, really stepping into a leadership role with that, given your past, and the fact that you as a spokeswoman can really help, like just even on this show, let people know about it who may not know that that's an avenue, a resource for them. So thank you for sharing that. So now, please tell us, we have a little time left here. We want to hear about your podcast.
Yeah, so I, last year, met this wonderful woman. Her name is Yauska Godfrey, and her business is Gabriela Cruz Photography. And I've been working with her for a year as her virtual assistant and social media manager and her studio manager. So I do a lot of things for her. And we decided to change our relationship and go into business together. So that's where the Media Exclusive comes in. We have created our agency, and we have also started our podcast. So it's called The Woman's Exclusive. Now, the reason I brought up Yauska and her business is because her photography business, she does boudoir and focuses on empowerment. And it really goes in line with my business and what I do with inspiration and empowerment. And it was just a really good fit. And I do all the phone calls for her. So I talk to women all the time that, they're saying things like, I'm not a model, I'm not pretty, I don't know how, you're going to have to do a lot of work to make these photos look good. And that's how the Women's Exclusive was born, really, is us working together for a year and talking to women. And we just see that there's a need really out there to show women that they're not alone with their feelings. We all go through these thought processes, like even her and I, we did photos for each other in March, and we both were like, oh, we're so nervous. And, it's a normal thing to feel not pretty enough, not good enough, not worthy enough. And it's once you can get through that and really hear yourself thinking those things and conquer those thoughts. And that's what the Women's Exclusive is going to be about. We're going to share vulnerably our journey as entrepreneurs, as moms, of the spiritual aspect, mindset aspect. We really want to showcase all of it and show women that they're not alone in their journey, whether that's as a mother, as an entrepreneur, as both, and that you can get through anything that you're going through right now and grow.
Up now, Laura Lee, on the very exciting news about your new podcast. Tell us about that and your wonderful co-host.
Yeah, so last year I started working with Yauska Godfrey from Gabriela Cruz Photography as her social media and studio manager. I do a lot of the behind-the-scenes running of her business. And the reason that this is important to share is because part of my role is to talk to the women who are interested in a photo shoot, and she specializes in empowerment photography. And so I was constantly hearing, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not a model, I want to lose 20 pounds before I'll even think about it. And her photography is really about accepting who you are right now as you are and feeling that empowerment. And you go in and do this. And even her and myself, we had a little mini photo shoot last month. And for me, I do selfies and not much else. And I was terrified to be on the other side of the camera and not have that control. And I love my photos that came out of it, and she loves her photos that I took of her. And it was a really empowering experience. And this is really how our podcast was created, by working together. Our businesses are so closely related with the messages that we put out there. And so we decided to come together and create the podcast, which is called the Women's Exclusive, and it will be on the network as well. But the Women's Exclusive is going to be about women who are moms, who are entrepreneurs, who are spiritual, working on their mindset. And we want to come from a vulnerable place and share our journeys and what it's like to be a mom doing business. And it's so great because she's a mom of two with a husband. I'm a mom of one. I'm a sole parent. I don't have that husband figure to support or anything like that. And so we're coming from two kind of opposite ends on the entrepreneur side and coming together to find that middle ground and show each other all the time that we're not alone. And that's what we want to come together for. Other women is show them that they're not alone in parenthood, even if they feel alone. Other parents are dealing with similar situations, or, I come from a fresh aspect of, treating your child with respect instead of, you're my child, listen to me. I still, we have boundaries and he has rules, but we want to share that aspect of being a mother and being an entrepreneur and, like I mentioned, the mindset aspect of building a life and business. So that's really what the Women's Exclusive is about. And we are so excited to launch it on May 1st. And we're working very hard at doing so. And then this journey also moved into our second journey, which is the Media Exclusive, our social media platform. We have a platform that we've got for entrepreneurs, and then we also do social media management for people. So lots of things happening.
That is a lot, and you still manage to keep it balanced and have time with your son. Good for you.
It's amazing. Yeah. I love being able to.
You're amazed too, aren't you?
I am. I love being able to be home with my son, and, the stuff kind of going on in the world right now hasn't overly impacted us. In fact, it's pushed me to create more and get out there more and make more and show up more. But other than that, it hasn't impacted us too much because I get to be at home with him already. He hasn't gone to daycare since March of 2018, February of 2018. And so it's been him and I. So I'm not overly impacted by how the world is right now. Small things, the socialization, obviously he's impacted by not being able to see his friends physically. But it's such a special place to be in, and that also is part of my message. Like, you can create a really beautiful life for yourself, even in a situation like we're in right now. And I think it's really important to be able to move forward that way. So, yeah.
Yes. Well, yes, those that are lucky enough not to be directly hit, living in New York and LA and Seattle when it was there, have the opportunity to really step in and do something positive to help those who've really been impacted. And that's exactly what you're doing. And my hat's off to you. For breaking the cycle of abuse. That's first and foremost. My heart goes out to you. But thank you for all of us, for the women to come, the sons to come, right? The husbands, all of the people that cycle will no longer touch because you had the courage to break it. Thank you for that. Thank you for being someone who inspires, who steps into her passion, lets nothing stop her, and continues to move forward at breakneck speed, I might add, to make her difference in the world. Thank you for being an inspiration and for your passion. It's been such a joy having you on the show. Any last words for our listeners before we go?
No, thank you so much for having me. It's been really a wonderful experience to speak with you, and I'm really grateful and honored that you reached out to me and asked me to be a guest. So thank you so much, Amy.
Well, we were the benefactors. Thank you again. And in closing, I want to thank you so much, Laura Lee Harrison. Look her up, follow her. She has a lot to offer, as you can clearly see. I want to thank all of you listeners for taking the time to just spend a few minutes with us and be inspired. Really want to thank our producer, Candace Gish, the founder of Divas That Care Network. In honor of how far women have come, Candace redefines the word diva to mean a courageously self-assured woman. Laura Lee is a great example of that. The Divas That Care Network is a community of like-minded people, one that offers women of all walks a platform for sharing their voice in the world. We invite you to join us. Visit divasthatcare.com to hear more inspiring stories and add your voice to the conversation. Signing off, wishing you all a beautiful day. Till next time, bye.